Welcome to the Video Wizards podcast. Alrighty.
I hadn't heard of, you told me about, and I got a bit obsessed with, was Skyfox. I want you to talk to me about Skyfox, Vakil, because it might be one of the most random video games I've seen from that period in a very long time.
Yeah, it's really strange because I remember seeing this cabinet on the boat to England, actually, on the ferry boat. And it was quite striking because you had sort of these sort of bikini-clad ladies riding on top of serpents and dragons. And I don't think I played the game back then. So yeah, I will go into exactly, you know, the mechanics and what type of game this is, but the sort of image always stuck with me, and I couldn't think of the name of this game, and the developer wasn't really, not one of the top developers.
Yeah.
So I remember maybe a couple of years ago having to go on the Hardcore Gaming 101 forums, and there was a thread there like, that helped people find games of which they didn't know the name of, and I started describing the game from my recollection, and sure enough there was somebody dropping the name Skyfox or Exorizer in there, and I looked it up, and that was it. Yeah, that was the memory that I had of being on this ferry boat and seeing this game. Probably would have been maybe a year after this game was released. Very strange game. Yeah, it almost feels like a relic in its time because it's very much like a it has a scrolling background, but it's very much like a fixed screen shooter, like Innovative Galaga,
Yeah.
in which you control a ship and you shoot at these sort of space Valkyries riding serpents and other things, and then there are other stages in between where you shoot regular formation of aliens, and then these same women wearing sort of Earth, Wind and Fire tassel dresses, which they open up, you know. it's pretty out there, and yeah, I think if it weren't for the effect of the serpents coming out back from the background and moving to the foreground, it would have been completely antiquated by the time it was released.
Yeah.
But it has a little bit of, I guess, maybe a little bit of inspiration of Space Harrier behind it, in the way that these larger enemies move across the screen.
Yeah, both Exorizer and Skyfox sound like hair metal bands from around this time. 100%.
Yeah.
You could have seen
sure.
could have seen both Exorizer and Skyfox probably opening up for Whitesnake at some point.
Exorizer!
So, there you go. Well, I need to look that up. You're not telling me there hasn't been some kind of Exorizer, or it sounds like some kind of terrible exercise machine that you buy on the Home Shopping Network, where they show,
that's what I was going to say.
There you go. They show a video of someone anemic, and then show a video of Ronnie Coleman, and it's like all he's done is 5 minutes a day with the Exorizer. Like, that's it.
Exactly.
I can see that, but it was Jalika, wasn't it? Did you say? And then it got licensed to Nichibuntu. Did I always remember them for Terra Cresta, which I was a big fan of. And the more, when we had the initial conversation about this, the more you told me about it, the more I thought you were just having me on, that this wasn't actually a real thing. But the more I read into it, the more shocking it is that the people sat in a room and thought this was a good idea.
Yeah.
And people thought, yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. I mean,
The space women.
yeah, exactly. The flyer for it, the initial flyer says, "Join us in the hot action of Skyfox."